Oh, I go way back to watching the games on TV in the morning on Sundays. Those old matchups in black and white. I was captured early by the NFL.
Did you have a specific player that you really liked growing up?
Oh yeah, Gale Sayers was always my favorite guy, and there's nobody that I've loved watching more than him.
Give me 18 inches of daylight. That's all I need.
There's so much about him. He just could make it come to life. Wore his number and everything, you know. I just really loved the way he played. Matter of fact, I have a picture hanging on my wall, yeah.
First player, it's an easy question for me, Joe Namath, Super Bowl III.
Namath said that the Jets are going to win. He doesn't even predict it. He said, I guarantee a Jet victory.
That's the first game I remember. My dad was a football coach, older sister, younger brother. We were a football family, and I was this 9-year-old quarterback. Joe Namath was my idol. I was the only one who was rooting for the Jets.
The New York Jets are the world champions. Joe Namath has been named the most valuable player in this game.
We'll never forget that. Made me the man of the day in our house for one day. That was fun.
We're at Texas Stadium in the city of Irving.
Growing up in Dallas, you know, I was like 8 years old.
And a sellout crowd fills this magnificent structure.
The church camp, they took us to a game. Now, we was on the top row. I mean, talking about nosebleed. And I just remember being up there and watching Tony Dorsett run the ball.
Dorsett. Tony Dorsett's first NFL touchdown.
I was sitting there with my friends, and we see Tony get the ball, and he went through the hole clean. And when he got to the second level, we said, it is over.
Here's Dorsett. Boy, is he quick.
The Cowboys beat the Giants that day, and I just always said to myself, I want to be on that field one day.
Where are you from originally?
York, Pennsylvania.
York.
I grew up 50 miles from Baltimore, and Johnny Unitas is like legendary for us as kids.
Unitas is back. Unitas throws. Completing the board. Boy goes for a touchdown.
A lot of guys have big arms. They throw the ball. I always considered him as the perfect passer of the football. Just had that perfect spiral arc. Everything was perfect about his game.
A magnificent pass pattern with Johnny Unitas.
I was in the 8th grade. He had a commercial out for a deodorant soap. I think his line was, hey, babe, did you pack my 38? Well, we played a basketball game. I put on his coat. I had his hat on. I walked around, hey, babe, you packed my 38? I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
I was a big Tennessee fan when Peyton was there. So when he got drafted by the Colts, I became a Colts fan.
Manning buying time. Throwing, finding the open man. It's Harrison for the touchdown.
He just played so smart, you know, threw such a catchable ball. Always got the ball out on time.
That's the way to fit. Nice ball, baby.
As a young quarterback, he tried to be just like Peyton Manning.
Hey, baby, let's go out there like a bunch of crazy dogs and have some fun.
I grew up in Morristown, New Jersey, and my favorite player was Lawrence Taylor.
He's like one of those heat-seeking missiles.
1981, he was drafted. I was 11, so wanted to wear number 56 all the way, you know, through high school and into college. His ability to get after the quarterback, it totally jumped out to me.
That's my boy!
I was very fortunate to grow up around this game, and my grandfather, when I was really young, was involved with the 49ers. I was a huge fan of Deion Sanders.
Deion returns to Atlanta for the first time.
We lived in Atlanta at the time, and that was the one year that he spent with them, but it was a Defensive Player of the Year, and I used to wear that throwback jersey all the time.
Jeff George back to pass. Looks, throws, look out! Deion's got the interception.
I was at the game when he ended up taking the interception back for a touchdown against the Falcons.
Deion yelling at the Falcon bench. He's going all the way for a touchdown.
To see Deion Sanders get an interception against his former team, it was awesome.
Now across the field to Andrew Reid from Los Angeles, California.
I was a big Ram fan growing up. The Fearsome Foursome, man, those were my guys. So in particular, Merlin and Deacon, those were my guys. I wasn't a coach at the time, I was a kid, but it looked to me like they played every down like it was the last down. They seemed to love what they did. They captured the city, and they were different. They were different than the stars. It wasn't the stars that they were talking to. It was the general public out there. It was me, just a kid.
Andrew Reid.
I had a chance to be in Pump Pass a Kick, so I got to meet some of the guys. I had a chance to have breakfast with them, which was unbelievable. But I was a huge fan. Got me into pro football.
I can remember growing up in Ohio, being a big Cleveland Brown fan, watching the games with my dad, and I was a big Leroy Kelly fan.
Now, Leroy Kelly can hurt you in a lot of ways, not only running but receiving.
So I'd watch the pregame shows, and then I'd go out in the yard in my Leroy Kelly jersey, and I would fall around in the grass and get mud all over my pants, just like the Cleveland Browns did in their old stadium.
It goes to Leroy Kelly, running wide to the left. He's going to go in for the touchdown.
Man, I love the Cleveland Browns, and cried when they lost, cheered when they won, and still the best times of my life were those days. My idols.